Bonjour, je suis Gerry Weiner, pharmacien de la ville de Montréal, résident de Montréal toute ma vie. Et comme Québécois, je suis très honoré d'avoir la chance de vous introduire à une personne que j'ai rencontrée il y a un an, Papa Chimere Diop. I've had a number of experiences in my life that have been life-changing and have been so exciting and so instrumental in giving me new excitement to different chapters of my life. On other days, I might tell you that some 54 years ago on a Sunday evening, I met my wife then-to-be on a blind date and decided to marry her that night. Well, she thought we should wait a few weeks, and we did actually wait a few months, and we've been married now 54 years. I guess about a year ago, in the same type of experience, I had a chance to meet this young gentleman, bright, articulate, who was of Senegalese origin, living in Montreal at the time, and was about to move to Toronto. And I started telling him about my love for Africa. It started with a long experience in Egypt and the Middle East, and a very successful experience, which is now being continued by other members of our firm. And from there, I went into Nigeria with what has become certainly one of the most exciting chapters of my life. I call it Nigeria 3.0. I'm on my way to my third trip right now. And many friends, many investors, many people are doing business, increased business relations between the two countries. And the more I learned to listen to what was going on in Senegal and French West Africa, it just made sense for me to say to Chimere, we must start an initiative together. And this is a new partnership. It's a relationship that's been flourishing over the last year. We're going to be seen in the countries of French West Africa very, very often. I hesitate to remind him that years ago when I was the Secretary of State of Canada, I also had the responsibility for being the minister responsible for the francophonie. So that I, at one point, had at least a bit of a relationship with 30 or 40 countries at any given moment. And it's going to be a real joy to visit the countries again. Not all of them on the same trip, but we're going to do our significant number of trips with the first one early in the year. Now, I thought before I allow Chimere to handle it, because there's nothing worse than giving a politician the mic without a text, and I have been elected 5 times in my past, twice as a senior federal minister, whether it's the Minister of Immigration and Citizenship or Secretary of State of Canada or the Minister of Multiculturalism. It was a real joy to represent my fellow citizens. I've been a mayor of a city and a councillor and a member of the executive committee. But I guess this particular era or this particular experience of mine, which is working with Pace Law Firm, has become one of the most rewarding. Al Pace, a lawyer, began this firm some 30 years ago, and one person at a time, he seems to have built a most remarkable firm, about 150 strong. 15 of us in the immigration department have government experience. Myself, the former minister. Others have either served as consul generals or visa officers, and one even was the Director General of Services Canada, that's the Human Resource Department. So I was introduced to Mr. Pace about 8 years ago, and he invited me to join the team. And I later found out in a meeting where 8 of us were around the boardroom, that not one of us had applied for a job. Not one of us had been sought by a headhunter. That somehow or other he met us, thought there was a fit, and the chemistry was there, and we all joined him, and we adore the man.
Absolutely.
And he knows about this experience, and he's giving us full reign to build a new program in French West Africa, and I'm excited. Plutôt comme Québécois, on est tout au courant que le Québec a mis une importance primordiale sur le Sénégal et les pays de francophonie. Et il vient d'ouvrir son nouveau bureau avec une certain homme qui est maintenant responsable pour tous les pays. Et maintenant, un programme qui applique plutôt pour les francophones. Tous les autres programmes d'investisseurs sont gelés au moment. So what happened to me was 28 years ago, I created an immigrant investor program. It's the investor program, which is passive, where if you have a certain net worth, it's completely objective. You're granted residency if you're in good health and good character. And in all the recent years, I've been marketing that program, but indeed doing whatever else I can to help people in residency program, whether it's skilled workers, work permits, provincial programs. Some would rather go to the United States. We have a very, very effective, low cost, highly successful and low risk program that's run by an American lawyer on our team. And we even have some other countries, if you need a passport of convenience very quickly, well, we can get you that in a matter of months. So without further ado, I take particular pleasure in saying hello to Chimere. We want this to be the beginning of a series of pieces of communication between us and the people that we'll be speaking to in the countries. We hope to do this on a very, very regular basis. We hope that you'll be comfortable either to call us. Phone numbers will be listed at the end of the on the screen, or drop us a note and we'll be very happy to keep in touch. You may have a question, you may have a concern, you may just want to say hello, but we'll certainly follow it up. So, Chimere, it's a real pleasure to have you join the team. You're now the regional director, French West Africa, for the Pace Law Firm, and you and I will be traveling early in the new year together.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Gerry. It's a pleasure and a privilege.
It's a real pleasure, sir. Great to be with you. Great to have
for
you.
being here. I couldn't be more humbled, to work with a person of your magnitude, of your experience. I'm a young Senegalese, as Gerry emphasized earlier, who moved to Canada about 8 years ago from the United States, where I was finishing my undergraduate degree. Canada so far has given me everything, given me an education, an opportunity to work, and an opportunity to make a living and try to make a change inside the world, which is my mantra. Gerry and I met just about a year ago, as he said earlier, and during that time, we have worked together in order to develop a lot of programs for people of the targeted region of French West Africa. I will be taking over in French, if you don't mind.
Avec un grand plaisir. J'ai été instruit dans la langue de Molière.
Excellent. Et c'est juste pour dire que, encore une fois, c'est un véritable privilège pour moi d'être avec l'honorable Gerry Weiner, qui m'a fait l'honneur, en réalité, de participer à une initiative nouvelle pour les pays de la francophonie, une initiative qui permet aujourd'hui à l'équipe de Pace Law Firm, un grand cabinet qui est basé à Toronto, d'offrir des services qui sont inégalés, d'une certaine qualité, avec un staff vraiment qualifié. On a d'anciens ministres, d'anciens directeurs d'agences gouvernementales, dont Service Canada, qui est l'agence qui s'occupe de tout ce qui touche au permis de travail, ressources humaines. Nous avons d'anciens consuls honoraires, d'anciens consuls, d'anciens agents de visa, et tout cela pour vous offrir une expérience et un service nouveau. Nous allons, à partir du début de l'année prochaine, faire des voyages sur l'Afrique francophone en particulier, en commençant par le Sénégal, où nous croyons que le gouvernement du Québec a une nouvelle dynamique, une nouvelle approche qui tend à beaucoup renforcer l'arrivée de francophones au Canada et au Québec en particulier, et nous entendons les appuyer dans cette initiative. Alors, c'est tout, c'était une petite introduction. J'aurai le plaisir de vous rencontrer sur place. N'hésitez pas à nous appeler, à nous écrire à tout moment, et nous nous ferons un réel plaisir d'être avec vous et d'échanger et d'essayer de construire ceci. Merci beaucoup et bonne journée.